Hey, welcome back to Finance with Sherry. So, a quick recap of the past two videos. We looked at life protection. So, in the event that you pass away, what your family needs and the estate cost involved. So, that is what we looked at in the past two videos. Please check it out if you did not get a chance to do that. This week, we are looking at disability and income protection. So, before I get into the video, a huge thank you for checking out my previous videos. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes. And also a reminder to please check out the description box. You'll find the Instagram page for the Perfect Shot Studio. Check him out. He's the guy that's responsible for making me look and sound so great. So please do check him out and give him some love in the comments, please. He needs it. So, a quick reminder, when you do become disabled, you are not dead, meaning that you do still need money to continue living or protection to continue living, which we are going to be discussing today. So, what is lump sum disability? Lump sum disability is a single payout that you receive in the event that you are permanently disabled and unable to work. Income disability, on the other hand, is a monthly income that you receive in the event that you are booked off work for either an illness or a disability. Okay, not due to simple laziness. It is there to protect your income in the event that you cannot perform your job because of an illness or a disability. Okay, so now you might be asking, why is it necessary? Why lump sum and why income protection? Okay, let's start with lump sum disability. Lump sum disability is necessary for the following reasons. In the event that you do become disabled, okay, and you are put off work permanently, there would be some changes that you need to do to your house. Okay, so that usually costs quite a bit of money, hence the lump sum portion that you'd then receive. If you are disabled, you might need to adjust your car to make life comfortable for your disability then, okay? And then people that become disabled tend to spend a large period in hospital, meaning that there are tons of hospital bills that also need to be covered. So, lump sum disability then. And then for all your other debts, so there might be the bond that you want to pay or some other kinds of debt, you could also use your lump sum in that case as well. Then with income protection, on the other hand, where you'll be receiving the monthly income, it is necessary for upkeep to maintain your lifestyle. So yes, you are put off work, let's say for 3-6 months, then and in some cases you might not be receiving an income from work. That is why income protection is there, to protect you in situations like that. So because you are disabled and you are basically sitting at home, the bond payment won't stop, the car payment won't stop, all your other debit orders won't stop, meaning that you need funds available to actually pay those expenses. Now that we know what lump sum disability is and income protection, and we know why they are necessary, let's look at a few interesting components of either one of them or both of them. Okay, so firstly with lump sum disability, you are covered for either own or own and similar occupation. The meaning of own is that you are covered for your own occupation. This is usually offered to specialists in the field. So let's say, for example, you are a neurosurgeon, okay? And that is what you're doing. You're busy opening up brains. You will then be covered for your own occupation, okay? So in the event that you become disabled and you are unable to operate on the brain, your own occupation, then they will pay you out. Then you get own and similar occupation. So back to our neurosurgeon, for example, you cannot operate on the brains anymore. However, you can still go and lecture somewhere. Then you have to go and lecture somewhere because that is the cover that was chosen at inception. The own or the similar occupation, okay? So it does seem a bit confusing. However, if you do have cover in place and you do have one of those, I do suggest that you go and have a read through it, because it should be plain enough for you to understand. And that is part of the lump sum disability function, or the makeup of the lump sum disability product. If you look at income protection, okay, income protection does not have the own or the own and similar function built into it. But with income protection, there is a waiting period, okay? So you can choose either 7-day, 1 month, 3 month, and there's lots of other months that you could ask your advisor about. But there is a waiting period that is pre-selected when you take out your policy, to actually say how long you then have to wait for your payout to pay in the event of you being off work for a certain amount of time. So, for example, let's say the doctor books you off for 6 months due to a disability or an illness, and you have to be at home for 6 months. If you selected a 1 month waiting period, in that 6 months, you'd first have to wait for a month to pass before you'll receive your first income protection salary, if you want to call it that. Okay? So if you selected a 3-month waiting period, you'd have to then wait 3 months before your income protection salary would then be paid out to you. That is why it is so important to plan for an unfortunate event like this. So let's say, for example, you are booked off work for 6 months and you have a 3-month waiting period, meaning that there is 3 months that you might not be receiving a salary. Okay, so now you're sitting with the problem, because like earlier, the bond payments, the car payments, and all the other payments are coming in, and you do not have income for those 3 months. That is why it is important to then have an emergency fund in place, or make a plan for those 3 months. Okay, so now you're saying, look, Sherry, yeah, good and well, but I do get this benefit at work. Good for you. Are you getting a lump sum disability benefit from work, or is it an income protection benefit from work? And if it is an income protection, what is the waiting period there? Okay, so let's say, for example, you do get income protection from work. Very nice, boss. He gives you income protection as part of your corporate benefit. Okay? So let's say, for example, you have a 1 month waiting period on your corporate benefit at work, but you go to the doctor and the doctor puts you off for 12 months. Okay? For 12 months, you are having to be put off from work for an illness or a disability. No laziness. Okay? And your income protection at work gives you 6 months salary worth of salaries as an income. What then happens in the event that your income from work pays for 6 months and there's another 6 months because the doctor booked you for 12 months? What happens then? Hence, disability cover, whether it be lump sum or income protection, is a requirement for almost everyone, especially if you are in the workplace, breadwinners, home execs as well. It is such a big need for everyone, okay? It is important to note that when selecting or purchasing your income protection, to also request that it increases at a rate that beats inflation, and also that when you are in claim, that it continues to increase as well, so that you would receive an income that is close enough to your actual income that you'd have been receiving. Okay, and also another note, that you can cover up to 75% of your income. You do have to check with your advisor, your planner, on how much they are covering, because I'm not sure if every company has their own limit for your income protection cover. Okay, and then yes, we are doing disability lump sum versus income protection. However, you have noticed that there is a place for them both in your life, okay? So you can have lump sum disability and income disability as part of your risk basket. Here's a friendly reminder that you cannot take this benefit out after an event has happened, okay? You have to plan now already before the event happens. to actually take out disability cover, because once something happens and you do become disabled, it is then too late. So here's a few points to remember. Number one, consider the benefit term. So are you covered till the age of 65 or 60, or is it a whole of life benefit? Go to your policy and go and read up. Are you covered? Check your benefit term. Really important, because you do not want to be covered till 65, and after 65 you become disabled and you think that you still have the benefit that is active. So check the benefit term. Also very important is check the amount that you are covered for. And that should be clearly stated on your policy for both lump sum and for income protection. How much are you covered for? Very, very important. And then also a note to also think about, if you are receiving an income benefit from work, okay? Like I said, very nice boss. But what happens when you do resign? Do you have a personal policy in place? Because your next boss might not be as kind as to offer you an corporate benefit that includes disability. So what happens in the event of a resignation? Okay, so think about that as well. And then lastly, your waiting period. Please check which waiting period you have selected for your income protection benefit, so that you can plan that emergency fund. So if you have not started planning for the waiting period that you will not be receiving an income, start today. And then lastly, get into action. If you do not have cover in place and you're thinking, oh my goodness, I need cover, speak to an advisor. If you do not have anyone in mind, my details are in the description box. Check it out and send me an email. I can put you in touch with highly professional advisors and planners that will merely just listen to your concerns. So get into action. Hit like, please do, subscribe, and share this video with everyone. And do leave a comment for me so that I could actually read your thoughts on your disability cover and how you actually felt about the last few videos as well. Thank you so much.